So Alex, what you doing?
So we're gonna have tuna meltdowns.
Sounds amazing.
Hi guys, welcome to Vintage Van Life. So today's plan, what we're going to do is see the camper van that your Jolie is potentially interested in. We're driving up to Doncaster, which is nearly 300 miles from here. But what we're going to do is set off in a couple of hours when it gets to about 9 o'clock, it's night time, and we're going to drive along the M25, and then once we're off the M25, park up, go to bed and do the rest of the drive in the morning, because the M25 is one of the busiest roads in the UK, and driving a vehicle like this is much better to do it at night when the roads are quiet. It's master cooking with Alex in his camper. All you need is some tinned tuna, some mayonnaise, a bit of cheese and your grill. You're good to go. Follow me for more cooking advice. Oh yeah. Right, there we go. Look at that, perfection. Is it good?
It's amazing. So what's the plan?
We're going to set off in a few minutes. Up in the cab here, driving in the middle of the night in the winter, it's really cold, so I'm going to put on multiple layers. I think with all the mileage that we've been doing, forgot to kind of check the oil, and it's fine, but it's just above the minimum line, so I'm going to top her up. All is going well. Nice quiet roads, M25 nearly empty, and we're cruising between 40 to 45 miles an hour. All is well. So I'm in the fast lane, keeping up with the traffic, no problem, because all the other lanes are closed and it's a 40 mile an hour limit. Right, okay. So we found a nice kind of quiet residential area to park, and yeah, let's call it a night. How's it going, Jodie?
Hi, okay.
Just
Putting
up the curtains.
Just concealing our location.
Okay, so diesel heater is on, and
nice and toasty.
yeah, beds are set up. You'll be comfy down there?
Because I managed to make a bed out of about 3 pillows.
Because the bed Jodie was using had to be sold with her previous camper van, so we've had to improvise.
But you would not know the difference.
You're always smiling. Good morning everyone. So it's a cold and frosty morning. When I woke up, I'm not sure, kind of a few hours ago, 7, 8 o'clock or something, it was so cold in here. I kind of bleary-eyed got out the van and lit the paraffin heater. So the paraffin heater is extremely effective at heating the space, but I would never leave it on at night because obviously it gives off gases. So it's always safer to keep this on if you're awake, and I always have the door ajar or the window slightly open just to vent the fumes. How was your night, Jolie?
Hey, so it was fine, yeah, up to about 3 in the morning, and I just felt so cold. I sort of tried to double my duvet over.
And you refused a hot water bottle, didn't you?
Then in the end he gave me one, so I was fine.
So when I say do you want a hot water bottle in the future, what are you going to say?
It's so, oh man, it makes such a difference. I will not pass that up next time. Is that a saying?
So with my vintage van life, I also have a lot of vintage items. For example, vintage hot water bottle, vintage paraffin heater. If anyone wants to know how to use these and how efficient they are, I made videos early on my channel, both on the hot water bottles and the paraffin heater. First time.
Sweet as a nut. Alex, what's going on?
When we've been driving along today, this windscreen wiper has been flapping about all over the place. So I think it's come loose, so it's going to tighten it up. As we've been driving along, changing gear has been harder, particularly at low speeds. If you're stopped in traffic, it's really difficult, and that's normally a sign that the clutch is not disengaging properly. And I've just climbed under the van and spotted something. So this is the bottom of the clutch pedal, and if I was to follow that lever along, eventually it goes underneath here and it joins onto the side of the bell housing. And I've noticed that there is a bolt missing from that clasp that operates the clutch. It must have vibrated free and fallen out, so that's probably why the clutch isn't working too well at the moment, so I better sort that out. However, if you can hear the jet engine sound coming from that little exhaust pipe, that's the diesel heater, because Jolie's in the back brewing up some tea. Time for some tea?
Tea's a brewing.
We made it to Birmingham, but there's a problem, and it's with the gear stick again. As we've been going along, it was tricky changing gear with the clutch playing up, but now the bolt that holds the little clip that you pull so you can engage reverse fell out, and this now seems to be completely jammed. So I think I'm going to have to take up all the floor again, which I'm really not looking forward to doing. I thought this part of the van's problems were over. Now that the floors are up, just like old times, I'm going to take off the gear selector and just see if it's damaged on the inside. So this lever here, which pulls up, this is the other end of the gear changer. If you come in here, you can see it's getting stuck somehow, so I'm not quite sure. Oh, probably need to sort that out. Okay, so what's happening is this part here has dropped down too far, and when you try and pull it up, it's getting jammed on this the actual end of the gear stick that changes the gears, and what stops that from falling down too far is this bolt which goes through the end here, and that's the lever you pull so you can access the reverse gear. This fell out whilst we were driving, which means this whole mechanism dropped down too low. The mechanism got stuck, so in theory, once I put the bolt back in there, it won't allow the end to drop down too far again. I've reset the mechanism, I've got that bolt back in there, and it's working now as it should. So you can see at the other end there. That's all it needs. Perfect. It's now time to adjust the clutch, and to do that, I'm going to have to take the wheel off. So this arm here is the mechanism that operates the clutch, and it's just not pulling it far enough, so I think that's what you adjust to bring both sides in to shorten it. So the clutch has been adjusted and rebolted, gearbox sorted out. I'll do the floors and things tomorrow. It's getting a bit cold now and I need to go and wash my hands. Right, so tomorrow we're going to drive up to Doncaster to see this Talbot van, but there might be a problem.
Yeah, so I got a message from the guy who's selling it today, and he said he's had a lot of interest, and there's going to be a guy viewing it tomorrow at 2 PM. He said after he'll let us know if it's still available or not, but that won't be till about 3 PM.
Yeah, so if it sells, then we've kind of wasted a trip. But if it doesn't, we'll head up in the night, so we're there for the morning and view it then. So wait and see, I guess.
Fingers crossed.
There's always another camper van though. But anyway, thanks guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.